Hey, what's going on? Aaron here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, you might be checking out Supreme Ecom or the Supreme Ecom Blueprint by AC Hampton, okay? And you're wondering, is this a good program for you to enroll in? What are you going to learn? Are you going to make money with this program? Or, is this a good way to generate income on the internet or not, all right? Now, at any time, if you want to get my favorite way to get to $5,000 to $10,000 a month, 100% from home, just go ahead and click the link below and I'll send you my favorite strategy straight to your email if you would like to check that out, all right? Now, I've reviewed hundreds and hundreds of different ways to make money on the internet, all sorts of different business models, courses, free websites online, and some of them are great and you can potentially make a lot of money from it, but a lot of them are actually a little bit of a waste of time, very difficult, you make very small money, and some of them are straight up scams, okay? So let's take a look at Supreme Ecom by AC Hampton to figure out whether this is a good way for you to make money on the internet as a side income or full-time business, all right? Now, Supreme Ecom is created by AC Hampton. AC Hampton's a very successful drop shipper, all right? So what he teaches inside of his programs, and he's got a few different types of programs, but it's all around the whole idea of building an e-commerce business through specifically drop shipping. Now, what is drop shipping? Drop shipping is when you create your own Shopify store, so you run your own store on your own domain. You find cheap products from cheap e-commerce websites like AliExpress, for example, and then you advertise very heavily on paid platforms like Facebook, like YouTube, like Google shopping ads, right? And when somebody clicks on your ads, they'll go to your shop and then they will purchase your product. And it could be anything. It could be a fidget spinner, it could be a kitty lamp, it could be a shower head cover or whatever it is. And the profit that you make is, the price that you sell the product at minus all of your costs, and we'll talk about all the costs to see whether this is a profitable business model or not, right? But essentially what you're doing is you're doing e-commerce, selling physical products on your own shop, which is called the Shopify platform, all right? So AC Hampton's going to teach you how to do that, and his main program is called Supreme Ecom Blueprint. At the time of recording this video, it's 3.0, right? And it is a $597 course that will teach you, how to create your own dropshipping business, okay? So course curriculum roughly is right here, but let me give you an idea of exactly what he's going to be teaching you about, okay? So dropshipping, he's going to teach you number one about Shopify. So how to set up your own Shopify store, how to pick the products, where to find the products, how to do all the listings and all that great stuff. That's the basics of all Shopify programs. The second thing is he's going to teach you how to basically do online advertising, right? How do you then find people to want to get your stuff? And he focuses very heavily on Facebook ads, all right? So Facebook ads, he teaches you how to do the setup. He teaches you how to do the videos. He teaches you how to do the lookalike audiences. He teaches you how to retarget your audience. Then he teaches you how to scale, and then he teaches you how to automate, all right? So I've, summarized his entire program. But basically, that is the entire program, really. It's about setting up your Shopify store, choosing your products, how to validate whether your product is going to work or not, right? And then all about basically advertising on Facebook, okay? So that's it in a nutshell, right? Now, in terms of the training itself, how good is the training? It's pretty decent, okay? So you can see right here's a, just an idea of how, the content that you're gonna get, right? So 8 minutes here, 14 minutes here, that kind of thing, 26 minutes here, 5 minutes here. So not too bad, he gets straight to the point. It's shot very well. And he does a good job of teaching it, right? The thing about Supreme Ecom and the way that AC Hampton teaches is he focuses very heavily on Facebook. So he doesn't really teach other strategies, right? You do need an ad budget, right? When you do dropshipping, you must have an ad budget. It's very rare that dropship teachers will teach you free strategies. Most of the time, they will teach you paid strategies because that's how you grow quickly, all right? So a lot of the time in other dropshipping courses, you'll learn YouTube ads, Facebook ads, and Google shopping ads. Very, very common. Sometimes TikTok ads, but for the most part, that's what they'll teach. It's very rare that they'll teach you free stuff. So you have to understand that if you want to start a dropshipping business, for the most part, you do need an additional budget for traffic, okay? Budget anywhere, I would say minimum $1,000 a month, if not more. $1,000 to $3,000 is pretty normal. He says you should budget 500, but I'll tell you why budgeting 500 in this day and age is not good enough for Facebook ads or any big ad platform, okay? But that's essentially it in a nutshell, right? It's a $597 program. He also has one-on-one mentorship, all right? So if you want to get one-on-one mentorship from him, where you literally jump on a call with him and his trainers, right? It's a little bit more expensive, okay? So if you click on this link right here, you'll basically apply, right? You'll begin the application right here. You'll fill in all your details, and then you'll jump on a call with one of his consultants, basically a salesperson, and then they'll find out a little bit more about you to find out whether you're the right fit for his program, okay? The cost of that is between $3,000 and $4,000 to get into the one-on-one coaching program. So it's basically the same thing. It's basically teaching you how to set up a dropshipping business, but you're getting more one-on-one help. Okay, now that's 100% optional. You don't have to do that, but if you are someone who knows that you need a little bit more one-on-one help, you have the budget for it, maybe you have an additional $3,000 or $4,000 that you want to get one-on-one mentorship, then you can do that through his program, and you're gonna get more, obviously more bonuses, more templates, and more one-on-one help directly from him and his team, and you can decide on that. All right. Now, how much is this gonna cost you overall? Okay, to run a dropshipping business, and how is this a good way to build a business? Okay, so let's first talk about dropshipping as a business model. How much is it going to cost? Well, it depends on which one you join. If you join the Blueprint, which is kind of like a video training course, right, which is very good, it's going to cost you about $600 just for the course. All right. Now, to run your business on top of that, dropshipping in general as a business model, you need to pay for the Shopify software. And then you have to cash flow your products, okay? So even though your customers are going to be paying for the products, you do need a little bit of a buffer to pay for the products to send to your customers, all right? So I would say at least $500 to $1,000 there. And then to pay for advertising, right, you need at least $1,000 to $3,000 a month. Why that much? Because Facebook in this day and age is a very, very popular ad platform. And if you only have a few $100s a month, they're not going to show impressions to your ads. All right, that's what a lot of people don't realize about a lot of these big platforms like YouTube ads platform, and Facebook. They are so popular right now, and there are big companies that spend millions of dollars a year on the platform, that if you're just a small little marketer and you're only spending a couple of $100, they're not even going to show your ads, okay? So don't think that you can start Facebook on just like $100 a month, because you can't. All right, you need at least $1,000 to a few $1,000s a month to run successfully on Facebook. And please understand that you're not necessarily going to be successful in your first month, because it does take a little bit of time to test and tweak, to change your ads, to change your videos, to change your creatives, to change your call to actions, right? You have to learn how to do it. And AC Hampton, he's going to teach you how to do that, right? But it is going to take a little bit of time, so you must budget that in properly. All right, so how much is it really going to cost you? I would say $600 for the course, and a few $1,000s for the ads. You need minimum to run a successful dropshipping business between $3,000 and $5,000, okay, to get started. If you don't have at least $3,000 to $5,000, don't even start. If you only have $600 to buy the course, listen, you're just going to buy the course, which is okay, but you can't actually take action on your business. All right, please understand that this is a real business. You need the budget to start, right? Now, if you want the one-on-one mentorship, which costs $3,000 to $4,000, I would say in total you need about 10 grand to do it properly, okay? Because you need $3,000 to $4,000 for the one-on-one mentorship, and then you need another, $3,000 $4,000 for ads again, right? So $8,000 to $10,000 in total, roughly about there. Okay, so that's if you want the one-on-one mentorship. All right. Now let's talk about how good the course is and the pros and cons of dropshipping as a business, okay? So the course is okay. The big downside, I would say, to Supreme Ecom Blueprint is he only teaches you one ad strategy. I think that's the biggest problem. He doesn't focus that much on niche building. So if you could add that in, I think it would be better. And then he also doesn't teach any other ad strategies, right? And the problem with that is 1 is the worst number in online business. That means that if anything you have is 1 and something happens to that, your entire business is gone. Think about it. If you lose your Facebook ads account, you're screwed. If you can't get impressions on Facebook, you're screwed. If you make a mistake and they cancel your account, which by the way happens all the time, I've had 10 Facebook accounts shut down. I didn't try and make mistakes. They are just they are really hardcore, okay? Facebook is a pro ad platform, ad network, if you don't know how to use it properly, you can accidentally get your account banned. Yes, you can get your account back, but you have to start all over again, which means you have to spend more money. It becomes a real problem, okay? So just understand that that is the nature of the Facebook ad beast, right? And unfortunately, AC Hampton doesn't teach any other traffic strategies. So you're relying 100% on Facebook, which is great if you can figure it out and you're lucky. But if you're unlucky, like a lot of people are, you are going to struggle if you can't get Facebook to work for you properly. So I think that's a big disadvantage to the course, is he doesn't teach you Google shopping ads, he doesn't teach you YouTube, he doesn't teach any organic strategies like TikTok or anything like that. So just be aware of that. That's I would say that's the only downside. But if you can figure it out, then it's not an expensive program. $600 for a dropshipping course like he's teaching is actually very, very decent. All right. So that's what I would say. If you want to take the risk with Facebook and you have a budget for it, then it's a pretty decent course. All right. The one-on-one mentorship, go into it if you can afford it, right? One-on-one is always a little bit more expensive, anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 to $10,000. It's pretty normal, okay? So remember that you're paying for their one-on-one time. And especially when people are very successful, they're going to charge usually between $3,000 to $10,000 for their time, and that's okay. You just have to decide whether you have the budget for that, all right? Now, as a business model, let's talk about dropshipping for a minute, right? So the big thing that you have to understand with dropshipping is that the profit margins are very small because you're selling physical product, and you can't charge that much more for your physical product even though you're buying it cheaper. All right, so let's just say you're selling a mouse, right? Let's say you bought the mouse for $5. You can't sell the mouse for $500, right? You can only sell it for maybe $10 or $15 or $20 because people know how much a mouse costs, right? So your profit margin in dropshipping is actually very small because you have to pay for the course, you have to pay for your ads, and you have to bankroll your product, which means that you only make the difference between how much you got it for and how much you're charging people for it. All right, so it's very normal for dropshipping profit margins to be between 5% and maybe 20%. Usually it's not even that high. It's a little bit less than 20%. Okay, so it becomes a volume game. That means if you want to make big money, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month in profit, you have to sell hundreds and hundreds of units of product every single day. Not week, not month, day. Okay? I know this because I used to own a dropshipping business, and that is the one big disadvantage of dropshipping is you have to sell hundreds of product a day because it's a volume game for you to make high revenue. And again, because the profit margins are so small, you have to sell a lot of product in order for you to make the big revenue. All right. The other problem is that a lot of it is very manual. You have to buy the products from a cheaper e-commerce website. You have to handle all the customer service and there will be a lot of customer service issues because you're selling physical products. Something is broken, they don't like it, it doesn't fit them, whatever it is. You have to handle all that. So if you don't want to work 15 hours a day, you have to hire staff, which means that when you scale and you automate, you have to pay salaries for your staff to handle your customer service for you, which is okay. But just understand that that is the way the business model works, okay? So it's not that you can't be successful in dropshipping. You can. And there are people that make millions of dollars in dropshipping, just like AC Hampton. But just understand that it is quite a complex business model. It's not so simple. There are a lot of moving parts. It's expensive. And the profit margins are very, very small. But can you have a very successful dropshipping business? Absolutely, you can. But it is just one of the more difficult business models online, okay? And if you're cool with that, and you're still wanting to create a dropshipping business and you're interested in doing Facebook and you've got a budget for it, then Supreme Ecom Blueprint might be the right course for you, and you can check it out right here at supremeecomblueprint.com. All right. Now, if you're watching this video right now and you're in research mode, maybe you don't necessarily want to start a dropshipping business. It's just one of the big, buzzwords that you've heard. There's so many big ones out there. There's YouTube automation, there's affiliate marketing, there's Amazon FBA, there's dropshipping, there's SMMA, there's digital marketing agencies. So many ways to make money online, and that's just to name a few. There's MLM, there's surveys, there's watching video ads, there's BizOp. There's so many ways to make money online these days, and out of all of them, there is still one favorite way for me to get to $5,000 to $10,000 per month in profit. I think it's the best strategy for beginners, right? So if you're still in research mode and you're not 100% set on dropshipping necessarily, maybe this strategy might be the right one for you. Okay, if you want to check that out, just click the link below. I'll send you that strategy for free straight to your email. My favorite way for a beginner to get to minimum of $5,000 to $10,000 a month, 100% from home, and then you can scale from there, of course, right? So if you want to check that out, click the link below. I hope you enjoyed this review of Supreme Ecom Blueprint by AC Hampton, and I hope to see you on another product review. Take care, and all the best to you.